This program is brought to you by the Genesis Communications Network, a world leader in talk radio since 1998. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Broadcasting and streaming live all across America. This is Home Talk USA with Michael King, where we will discuss topics pertaining to your home with industry-leading experts. Michael King is a licensed general contractor with more than 30 years of experience in home improvements and the author of Contracting with the King. Join us this hour for our segment Invent America with your co-host, the inventor lady, Rita Crompton. Discover what's next in the home improvement industry and explore new products and innovations. Or if you have that next great big idea, learn what it takes to bring your invention to the world as Michael King and Rita Crompton talk to America's inventors and innovators. Remember, the America of tomorrow is being invented today. We invite you to visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com, one of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, we proudly present Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor, Michael King, and his co-host, the inventor lady, Rita Crompton.
Welcome, America. That's right. This is the Invent America show on the Home Improvement Broadcasting Network, part of the Home Talk USA radio family. This is the time of the show where we sit down and talk to inventors and entrepreneurs and specifically talk about the technologies of the future, how to get your technology to market. That's the whole point of Invent America, talking to great American entrepreneurs, developers, and all sorts of bright minds that make up the great technology to basically improve our lives. Our co-host, my sidekick, is on a cross-country adventure right now. She's traveling, but she did pull off on side the road, and she's with us. They call her the inventor lady herself, Rita Crompton. Hey, Rita, how's that cross-country adventure going?
It's been great. We've been really lucky. We've had some good weather, but at this point we have been on the road for 7 hours, just talking about show and how much fun it's been over the last year, and talking because I'm not driving alone. I'm traveling with my mother. She has actually gone to the hardware show with us for 10 years. And so this topic that we're talking about is what do you need to successfully go to a trade show, a professional level trade show? And like so many inventors, their biggest challenge is getting someone to see their product, getting someone to say, oh, this is really cool. And so when we're going to, the National Hardware Show is coming up, but there's a show for everything, professional level show. So what do you need as an inventor to go to the show? And that's what we're going to talk about today.
Great. At the end of the year and the first part of next year is trade show times where, now there's these trade shows that are open to the public, but most of the trade shows that we go to are closed to the public, which they call industry shows. It's for the companies themselves to introduce their products to distributors, to the box stores, to the retail outlets. Is that correct?
Right. I mean, the inventors that we are taking this year to the booth that will be under the Invent America title, as we, are trying to really promote our Invent America show to the inventors. They've all been on the radio show, all right, and they're all looking to license their intellectual property. Most of them say, well, I can't go because I don't have inventory. When we're going after licensing, that means we're going to find someone who wants to make it, sell it, and send you a royalty check. And so you don't need inventory. You need a sexy, functioning prototype to prove what you've got in the marketplace. And then we go and we talk about it. You demo it. We talk about pricing points. We talk about packaging. I had a gentleman that is going to be on in the next couple of weeks, and he's going to the show. He did his first run, Michael, of several thousand units, and they packaged it to the point where it was wrong for the material that the product was made out of and destroyed it in the process. So he's got to do a whole new run. He didn't know.
Yeah, that's why we do the show. But, I try to educate, new companies that's trying to put their product to market, is basically, are you a one-trick pony, two-trick pony, three-trick pony? Do you have multi-products? Because I need to tell you, if you have one or two products, you might want to consider licensing it out.
Exactly.
And that's that. Yeah. Hey, once you get out there and it sell, and you get it to a good distributor, then all of a sudden, man, you get that little royalty check, and man, you smile, and then most of them move on to something else. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And when we've got inventors they're the thinkers, they're the doers. They see a problem, they fix it. Generally, if you're good at that, you're not a good business person, you're not a good manufacturer, you're not a good marketing person because you're good at what you do. Very few people are perfect and genius at everything. And so when we say, look at what you're strong at, and then we go after the next step to get the product out there. And you're right. For most of them, it's licensing. They don't have deep enough pockets to manufacture. They don't have the big enough reach for marketing. And that business acumen on how you do that for a product. It's not like they're putting up a pizza parlor or, a new mechanic station for, fixing cars. They're trying to sell a product worldwide.
Well, I'm going to use this analogy, Rita, and I'm going to use my construction knowledge and construction business. I need to tell you, there's two type of contractors, and if you can get that third contractor, that's the one. You have, one category, you have great contractors that are horrible business people. Then in another category, you got horrible business contractors. They horrible in business, but they're great contractors. And then you got the great in business, but they're horrible contractors. But if you get that third category, and I'm not tooting my horn, but if you can get a great contractor that's a great businessman, then that's the company, the construction company you want to deal with. Same thing in your field, and same thing when we're talking about these companies. How many times you have great inventors that are horrible business people? And then you have poorly inventors that are great business people.
Exactly. And, the ones that have the biggest challenge in this is because they've listened to Shark Tank. They've listened to, somebody at a, different government organizations at the USPTO where they say, oh, yeah, you can be a startup and you can get, investors and you can get, grants. No, you can't.
Yeah.
Those things you spend all your time chasing the money instead of moving on to your next project. And so what we want to do is get it into the hands of a professional who's good at manufacturing and good at marketing, and that's what they do professionally. And they take your idea and they make it into something. It goes back to the idea of an invention is like a child. You conceive it, you nurture it, it sucks you dry, you throw it out.
Well,
and I was telling a guy who was complaining this morning about it, and I said, well, you're at the throwing out stage. And he started to laugh, and he goes, I get it, I am. And, until you get it out there in somebody else's hands who can make it big, because, like I told him, I said, you could sell 50,000 units at a Home Depot, and they send you a check instead of, send you an invoice instead of a check, because the barcode is in the wrong spot. Well,
Rita,
you got to know that stuff.
Yeah. But, Rita, success cannot occur, and you heard it before, where opportunity has to meet preparation. If you could be prepared, but if you don't have the opportunity, it ain't going to happen. Or you might have the opportunity, but you're not prepared, it ain't going to happen. So two factors have to be in play here for you to be successful. And that's just the way it is. But we're going to take a short break. We're going to have to pay some bills here on the Genesis Communication Radio Network. You're listening to the Invent America Show on the Home Talk USA radio family. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back with our first guest, first topic right here. Don't go nowhere. Me and Rita will be right back. Yay!
Talk USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor lady, Rita Crompton.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us today. We are talking about what you need to prepare to go to a professional trade show, whether you're going with us to a trade show with Invent America or you're going to a different one. There is one for everything. But when you're looking to license your intellectual property, you don't have to have inventory in a storehouse someplace, and you don't have to have it on a slow boat from another country. You can go with sexy prototypes and proof of concept prototypes. Our next guest, Derry Griffin, is a contractor in California. He works with caulking. And so he invented 3 products that deal with, guess what? Caulking. Derry, thanks so much for being with us today. And tell us about you and about the caulking products.
Okay, so I'm not strictly caulking, but all in the painting field for sure, yes. So my first product is basically a retractable caulking cap that attaches to the gun so you don't lose the cap. And with the price of caulk these days, one cap can save tens, if not dozens, of tubes of caulk. It will pay for itself on the first purchase. At least that's what I'm promoting.
Well, it saves a lot of crankiness when you're not spilling it all over the place as well.
Of course, the convenience of it as well. Yes, not cleaning it off the carpet and the floor is also a great selling point, I would imagine.
Yes, been there, done that, especially after I chased my husband around with it. So, yes, I get it.
Right. Yeah, I've been told that this device can actually add 7 years to any marriage, so, you know.
That's great. All right. Now, you've got 2 other caulking products, so tell us about those.
Well, they're actually not caulking products. They're actually in the finishing field. One of them is a caulking product. It's a holster for a caulking gun that it attaches to your waist, so when you're climbing ladders, you don't drop your gun. And also part of that device is it carries an extra tube, so when you're on the ladder, you don't have to climb down when you run out of caulk. So there's that. And the other product is basically along the same lines except for spackle knives. There is no such thing as a holster for spackle knives until now. So you're welcome, world. I did that for you.
There you go. Okay, so you've gone to the show before. What did you take?
What did I take?
Yeah.
Actually, I tend to keep it pretty minimal. I think presentation is key, but that doesn't mean it has to be so busy that you literally get lost. I feel that having a single item that kind of stand out and just have your products well displayed and well promoted, I think that's the main thing. Having some good print material to hand out and basically just talk to people. That's all I ever do at a show is I just talk, have conversations, and eventually it does roll around to your products, and you just never know who you're going to meet when you're at a show. You just never know.
That's for sure. And so, you were preparing printed material, online material, videos that we used to get out there, a lot of different types of materials that we used. Different people want different things, and we try to be able to provide them with all of that.
This is true. You do tend to give very pertinent advice running up to the show, and it's much appreciated, Rita. And I'm learning a lot as I go.
Well, good. So what are your next steps, Derry?
My next steps are, good question, Rita. My next steps are just to be prepared. I believe that at least I hope I've done all the groundwork that's necessary, waiting for some patents to come in. In conversation with several tool companies. Don't know where that's going to go, but at least we're having a conversation, which is a huge step forward, and it's taken years to get to that. So
it does.
I guess just keep doing the same thing that I've been doing, just keep hammering away at that wall, and hopefully it breaks before my head does. That's basically it.
There you go. That's one way of looking at it. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and it has been wonderful. You've always been a wonderful addition to, the team that goes to the hardware show, and, you've just got to keep pushing it and getting it in front of the different decision makers at the different companies. And,
right.
Eventually one of them, you hit the right person at the right moment with what they're looking for. And it's just the persistence of, getting it out there.
Right.
So if anybody out there is looking at, going to a professional show, contact us, because Invent America is taking a team this year with people who've been on the show, people who are looking for licensing, and really want to be able to show off and talk to people about their product and what they've had. Derry, you've actually been invited to be up on stage a couple of times, and that was just a surprise to all of us.
Well, come on, you've met me. Who wouldn't want me on?
Well, I know, but it wasn't something that we had on the agenda. They came over and invited you as being the man to get up on stage.
Yes. It's great to be able to promote in front of a crowd, even though it's nerve-wracking and it was totally, unexpected. But, just be prepared for that. If you go to a show, again, you never know what might happen. Just be prepared. Comb your hair, right? Brush your teeth.
Take your sunglasses off your forehead.
Oh, come on. That's my trademark now.
Oh, Lordy, that was so funny. We always have to say, take off your sunglasses, because he's got them on his forehead. And I know, when we get him on video, we're going to do a visual of that so you can see exactly what we're talking about. But, it's persistence. We've told when I was doing a product early on, it was an embalming product, so totally different industry. But the buyers that were from the different funeral homes would say, we need to see you here at least 3 times before we know you've got staying power.
Right. Okay.
And they want to see the consistency of, the players in the field before they run the risk of, starting to place orders. And that was one of the interesting things that I learned is consistency.
Right. Well, I believe you. You've been doing long enough.
Yes, we have. So for anybody out there, if you've got a new product and you need some help getting it into the marketplace, please contact us at inventamerica.info. You can give me a call, 303-910-8889. I always laugh and joke. People say, oh, my God, you answered the phone. It's like, yes, it was ringing. And I say, they're going to put that phone number on my casket. I'm taking it with me. And, we try to get all the information we can out there to our inventors. Kicker Design is one of our sponsors, and Product Quick Start, another sponsor that make products to take to the trade show. So stick with us, everybody. We have got Scott Tarsi coming on. He is actually a prototyper, so he works with our inventors at the very early stages with CAD design. So we are going to be back in just a couple of minutes with Scott Tarsi, and he's going to talk about the things that he does to help inventors get teed up. Derry, thank you so much for being on with us today. We are grateful.
You are welcome. Thank you, Rita.
So, and if you would like to see Derry's products, go to Invent America website, click on products, and Aaron Innovations is where you will find Derry's videos. Stick with us. We are going to have our industry expert on next.